I need to show you something that completely changed how I think about my future. I'm 24. I make $125,000 as a software engineer in New York City. My take-home pay after taxes and deductions is $79,000. I'm supporting myself and my girlfriend on that income, and we live with 2 other roommates just to make the math work. Last month, I sat down and actually calculated our monthly expenses: rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, the occasional dinner out. Nothing extravagant even. And with all that together, I spend about $3,500 to $4,500 per month for the both of us. That's living pretty frugally in one of the most expensive cities in America, let alone the world. What I found actually made me think a little bit more, because the lifestyle that cost me around $4,500 per month in America, in New York City, and sharing a place with roommates, 2 other roommates, that same money buys you significantly better in dozens of other countries around the world. So today I want to talk about 3 specific countries where $2,500 per month, which is barely surviving in any major US city, buys you legitimate, better quality of life without the sacrifice of anything, and it's even cheaper. So the first country I'm actually going to be going to visit in February is going to be Thailand. I've been diving deep into research all about Thailand. I'm actually even starting language classes next week, and the more I research it, the more it makes sense strategically. Here's what $2,500 per month actually gets you in cities like Chiang Mai or even Bangkok. So you can get rent for a modern 1-bedroom apartment in a pretty good neighborhood. You can all the way go down from 400 to up to 1,000, but obviously an ideal range for me would probably be 400 to 700. We're talking about recently built, good internet, a gym in the building, close to public transportation, additional amenities like a pool, not some rundown old place. A genuinely nice apartment that could easily cost $3,000 plus in New York City. Plus, you would have no roommates. Food is where it can get really interesting because you can easily spend $300 to $450 per month on food. In New York City, I spend over $900 a month on food. And you have to remember, this is with eating out in Thailand. Like, you're not going to be really cooking all that much because the options out there are super affordable. Street food could easily cost you $3. Sit down and have a nice meal could cost you easily $5 to $8. In New York City, for a mediocre lunch, I spend minimum $15. For one meal at a restaurant, easily over $30. Transportation in Thailand, by the way, only costs $30 to $50 per month. Depends on how much you take it. You can take Grab rides, which is pretty much their version of Uber, for like $2 to $5 for a lot of trips. Comparing that to the Omni card in New York City, which easily is $145 a month. Or if you want to take an occasional Uber here, which is minimum $20 no matter where you go, and it can easily shoot up to $60 plus. In Thailand, there are also tons of health clinics where you can get full body checkups from everything from an MRI to full dental cleaning. In the United States, this is going to cost you thousands of dollars without insurance. Obviously, with insurance, this can go down to a few $100s. But in Thailand, you can do full body checkups for $100, $200. And that's without insurance. Thailand actually has world-class hospitals. And the medical tourism in Thailand is actually massive because it's such a high quality and the costs are very reasonable. Now, for me, with Crohn's disease, I would actually still need to have United States insurance. But for many of you who are healthy and who are paying an arm and a leg for United States insurance, you could go to Thailand and honestly save so much more money and get the same quality, if not better quality of care there. Gym memberships there could easily cost you like $30 a month, which is kind of the same here, but I mean, that's with your budget gyms. There, you can get like a nice, like very luxury gym there. I know everybody already knows all the Planet Fitness memes. High-speed internet there, $20 to $30. And if you want to live like a very nice life, like where you have zero cuts to your quality of life compared to a city like New York City, you could easily survive in either of these cities, Chiang Mai or Bangkok, for $2,500 a month. You can even get that down to $2,000. If you want to live frugally, you can even get that down to $1,500 a month. And these cities have massive digital nomad communities within them. There's thousands of people already doing it. And because of that, you can join existing communities who have all figured it out already. So you can gain a ton of value and meet a ton of people. You're not just going to be isolated because you're still trying to learn the language. And by the way, if $2,500 a month is still too expensive for you, you could easily go to Vietnam. Vietnam is even cheaper than Thailand. And honestly, it can be even better depending on what you value. Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City are legitimate modern cities now. They have good infrastructure, fast internet, incredible food scene, and the costs make even Thailand look expensive. You could easily spend $400 to $600 a month on a very nice 1-bedroom apartment in a very good neighborhood in one of the top districts. I'm talking about places with modern appliances, elevator, 24/7 doorman. I even have a friend who's working on moving to Vietnam, but he actually wants to build a house and everything, so his is a little bit more complicated than that. For constantly eating out, you can spend $200 to $300 a month there. Vietnamese food is incredible, and a full meal at a local place can easily be $2 to $4. The coffee culture is massive in Vietnam. You can get amazing Vietnamese coffee for like $1 to $2. Meanwhile, here it's like $7. And they do have like Western franchise food, but I don't even know why you'd want to eat that if you're living over there. But I mean, there's an option for that too, and it's extremely affordable and cheap. If you just grab bike everywhere in Vietnam also, it could be $50 to $80 a month. Meanwhile, a trip in New York City could easily be over $50. Now for the healthcare scene, it's pretty similar to Thailand, but I will say Vietnam has just good international hospitals. I don't think they're like world class or like the best, or even, I don't want to say it's on the same level as Thailand because I feel like Thailand's is very advanced, but they still have a massive medical tourism group, and a lot of people fly there for dental work even because how affordable it is. High-speed internet, $10 to $15 a month. You can run your entire US-based business all from your apartment and all from a laptop nowadays. And for the cost of $10 to $15 a month for internet, you cannot beat that. You are not going to find that anywhere in the United States. And for Vietnam, my goal would probably be $2,000 a month to make, but you could easily live on, honestly, like $1,200 if you want to be frugal about it. And the visa situation for Vietnam is very easy. They have a 90-day e-visa that you can easily get, and it's renewable. So you literally just have to like country swap like every 90 days, which again, if you take a flight from like Vietnam, go to Thailand, you can easily just renew your visa there. Takes a few days, go back, done. The one major flaw about Vietnam though, compared to Thailand, is that English isn't as widely spoken. And even in Thailand, it's not that widely spoken either. I would still suggest learning Thai before you fully move there, before you even, honestly, before you even visit there, you should have some common sense of the Thai language. So the language barrier is definitely going to be there, but depending on who you are and what you're aiming for, it could be less touristy. It's more authentic, and there are a ton of translation apps that do make it manageable, but I would still suggest learning some of it. Okay, so maybe you want to be a little bit closer to home. You don't want to go all the way to Thailand or Vietnam. They're all the way in Asia, learn a new culture, new customs or anything. You could easily go to Colombia even. Medellín specifically, this city has become a massive digital nomad hub in the past like 5 years, and for very solid reasons. You could easily spend $500 to $800 per month on a very nice one bedroom in a very nice neighborhood too. There are safe, walkable areas with great restaurants, cafes, and some apartments even come completely furnished, just like Thailand or Vietnam. Again, you would probably spend $300 to $400 per month because the local food is just so cheap. A full meal at a restaurant can cost you like $3 to $5. Groceries are extremely affordable if you do cook. And if you go to a very nice restaurant, you could spend easily like $15 per person. The coffee there, again, Colombian coffee is very known and it's very cheap too. Transportation, probably $30 to $40 per month. They do have a public metro system, but again, you can get an Uber for $3 to $5 for most rides within the city. Colombia actually also has excellent healthcare too, especially in like their major city centers. It's another major destination for medical tourism. You can go over there for dental work, cosmetic procedures, some random elective surgeries even. People also specifically fly there because of medical tourism. The weather is also near perfect all year round in Medellin. It's like 70 to 80 degrees on average. There's not really any winter or extreme heat. It's pretty consistent. I think the average high for a month in Medellin is about like 83, the highest. And for the lows, it's about 63. Comparing that to Vietnam or Ho Chi Minh City, it could easily be 70 to 95 plus. So if you can't handle the humidity or the heat there, I mean, that could easily get to you or be a reason you do not want to live in Vietnam compared to Colombia. And Bangkok is about the same as Ho Chi Minh City, but I would say it sometimes gets a little bit hotter. They average temperatures like lows of like 72 all the way up to like 96 for the highs. And these are just the averages, so they do obviously go above that. So that's just something to be aware of. Colombia also has a very easy digital nomad visa there where you could completely work remote. Well, I think you just have to make like a income requirement, but it's also super straightforward and honestly very easy to hit. If you want to be frugal in this city, you could easily spend like, I would say like $1,300. And again, I would still recommend the $2,500 a month thing, because if you're still making US dollars, working full time, or even if you have a business, I feel like that is a very easy number to scale up to, or a very reasonable amount to make $2,500 a month just from your laptop. If you're able to do that, which I'm still working on, then you could easily move to one of these cities and have a very, very good quality of life. In all of these cities, there's co-working spaces everywhere, tons of events, meetups. It's easy to make friends, I would say. You're only a couple hours behind Eastern Standard Time. So you can work with US clients very easily, unlike Asia where you're going to be there overnight. And I know Colombia has a big reputation from like the 80s and 90s, but it has come a long way and is actually extremely safe now. You just have to still be aware of your surroundings, stick to the safer neighborhoods, don't run around with expensive things because theft is obviously still prevalent there. It's just the same precautions you would take here. In addition, though, they do have a lot of phone theft. This goes for all these countries listed. And now that you hear all the math, this is how it really changed my perspective. Because if you make $2,500 a month, that's $30,000 per year. And if you want to use an extremely safe withdrawal rate of like 4%, I feel like that's like the common rule or the standard. You only need to have an invested net worth of $750,000. And you would sustain this indefinitely. $750,000 sounds like a lot of money because it is, but it's definitely achievable in your like 30s or 40s with aggressive savings and a decent salary. Now compare that to living in the US in a major city. You easily need $60,000 to $80,000 per year. And you would probably need $1.5 to $2 million saved, plus have your healthcare completely planned out for retirement, which could easily cost over like $300,000 over the rest of your lifetime. So realistically, yeah, you need about $2 million to retire in the United States. Meanwhile, you can go with less than half to another country. So in all, you need half the money. You get amazing quality of life, honestly, the same quality of life, or even better, the quality of life. And that's not even accounting for the freedom that you're going to be achieving along the way. If I'm aggressive in New York City, I could save about 40% of my income every month. In Thailand or Vietnam or Colombia, if I was making the same amount of money, which I'm not sadly, but I would easily be able to save like 70% while living better. I could easily have financial independence if I just choose to move to one of these other countries. And you can always still visit back the United States. Like the flights aren't that crazy. If you plan it out ahead, you can come back every 3 to 4 months, stay with relatives and fly back easily, especially for visa issues. That could be a common thing you do. Or if you want to go to another country and just renew your visa there, it's still like the math still works in your favor. Nothing is going to beat moving to another country. And I'm not saying you guys have to do it. It all depends on your goals. It depends on what you want to do. If you want to own a home and have kids, I'm not going to blame you on that. I want you to just be financially smart about it. I want you to learn and gain some value from this whole entire channel in general. But for the people that are open-minded to it, that want the freedom and flexibility and really want to retire early or have a somewhat retirement where like you run an online business, you do what you want to do, you run your life with purpose and live in one of these other countries, then this is so achievable. And that's what I'm going to be doing on this channel. I'm still trying to achieve this. I'm still trying to scale up my side incomes to where I could actually fully fledged do this. And I would document my journey the entire way and keep you guys updated. This is what I'm trying to achieve. And I'm not just researching this for fun. This is like my actual plan. I'm even going to Thailand in February for an extended trip. It's about 3 weeks. Not as tourists. I'm going for something actually serious. I'm seriously evaluating the areas, whether this path actually makes sense for me, whether I even want to go to Thailand or retire there, how working remotely is going to be there and living in an apartment with my girlfriend, seeing what the daily life actually looks like. I want to document the real costs, the challenges, the benefits, what works and what doesn't. I'm not going to filter out anything, just an honest evaluation of whether the lifestyle delivers everything that I need and more. Because here's what I realized. We don't have to accept the expensive lifestyle. It doesn't mean it's better. We don't have to be struggling in the United States in expensive US cities because it's what you do. The technology exists now where work can be remote. It can be global. Digital nomad visas are extremely common in all these countries. There's international communities of people already doing this. And we're the first generation to where both these tools and the economic pressures can all go away because this lifestyle is feasible. It's viable. I'm making $125,000 in New York City and I'm barely getting ahead. I have to live extremely frugally and think about every single dollar where it goes if I want to get ahead of other people. If I'm looking at it from my point of view and saying this, that's extremely bad for somebody who's only making $50,000 or $60,000 or $80,000 a year because the cost of living doesn't adjust to what you make. It just gets more expensive from there, to be honest. My answer isn't to grind against the broken system that we've established. I've recognized that I'm playing the game completely wrong and I want to switch the game entirely where I actually have the actual advantages. And I know some of you guys are thinking this all sounds great, but I can't just move to Thailand tomorrow. I have family here. I have liabilities here. I have something. You're completely right. This isn't just some overnight decision, but it can be a 1 year, a 2 year, or a 5-year plan even. You start building the skills now to where you can be a valuable remote worker. Or you build your own online business. You optimize your finances, get rid of that debt, research the countries that align with your lifestyle preferences, join online communities of people already doing this, test it out with extended trips before committing to a country. The point is not everyone should immediately move to Southeast Asia or Latin America. The point is that these options exist and they're better than most people even realize. And once you see what's possible, once you understand the math, it's very hard to unsee it. It's hard to accept the fact that paying $2,000, $3,000 for a shared apartment in New York City, when you know that you can get your own space for a fraction of the price somewhere else and build a better life while doing it. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. These countries where $2,500 per month can legitimately buy you a better quality of life than $8,000 to $10,000 in major US cities, like Thailand, Vietnam, Colombia. They have modern infrastructure, great food, good healthcare, a strong expat community, and costs that make financial independence achievable in your 30s instead of your 60s. I'll be posting updates from either my research, my visits whenever I do go there, and talking about the lifestyle and how it exactly is, not just what it is in theory, all in my Discord. We have these conversations all the times, and I highly recommend you guys joining. We talk about investments, relationship advice, career advice, long-term planning, other countries to research and talk about. Are you guys considering something like this? Are you committed to working in the US and making that lifestyle work? Let me know in the comments. I'm genuinely curious what path makes sense for different people. And if you're seriously researching geographic arbitrage or building remote income, join the Discord linked down below. We got over 100 people in our Discord discussing financial independence and alternative lifestyle design. So definitely join. I would love for you guys to join the conversation. And that's going to be it for everything for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk very soon again.